Good evening, good evening, good evening, my brothers and sisters. How are you doing this beautiful evening? This is your brother Tony. Come to the dinner table. The food is set and it's real hot and nutritional for you. Come on and get some of this good soul food tonight. I look forward to having dinner with you, my brother and sister. You just don't know. Dinner time is like no other time. So come on in, my brothers. Come on in, my sister. Get your seat wherever you want to sit at. We have plenty of room. And I want you all to go ahead and invite some more family members and guests if you would like to. Because brother and sister, we going to have a good meal this evening. If this is your first time at the dinner table, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tony M Toomer, and I talk on relationships or about relationships. How you doing, Sister Flo Harvey Martin? How you doing, Sister Teresa Thomas? Thank you for coming to the dinner table. I see your John Hadcock there. If this is your first time at the dinner table, I would like to inform you, my brother and sister, that I'm on two different platforms. I'm on the Tube and I'm on the book. Those of you that are on the Tube, some of the brothers and sisters that are on the book, if I talk to them, you may not see them, but they're family, okay? And those of you that are on the book, when I speak to someone on the Tube, they're family too, okay? They're family too. You may not see them, but I see them. We're a big family here at the dinner table, okay? And with that said, my brothers and sisters, keep in mind, if this is your first time at the dinner table, we all welcome you. We welcome you. We welcome you. So come on in. I want you to feel comfortable and feel like you family, okay? If and when I'm coming from a position of relationships, I go back to the book of Genesis. When I go back to the book of Genesis, as you know, my brother and sister, God had a unique relationship with the man Adam. He had a unique, then secondly, he had a unique relationship with the woman Eve. Thirdly, God repackaged the woman and he brought her to Adam. Or should I say repackaged? No. He re he re he reestablished a relationship with Adam because Eve was inside of Adam. That's what I meant to say. Eve was inside of Adam. So God was standing there in the presence of Adam and Eve, and Adam proclaimed, "Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, I shall call a woman because she came from man." That's the position that I come from, my brother and sister, when it comes off with a relationship. I believe strongly that in order to have a successful and fulfilling relationship, that man and woman need to have God as the foundation and rock of the relationship. Outside of God, you cannot have a good relationship because all relationships go through storms and seasons. Okay. Now, if you have another viewpoint or version on how a relationship should be, you have what is called a free will. You can do whatever you choose to do. But if you're sitting at the dinner table, I would like to tell you where I'm coming from. I'm coming biblical, and I'm coming biblical from Genesis. When God created the man, he created the woman, and he made them one. Okay. So with that said, how you doing, Sister Sherry Eastmill? Welcome to the dinner table tonight. With that said, we're about to get into the menu tonight. On the menu, we are going to discuss at the dinner table, what should you do if someone doesn't commit to the relationship? Okay, this is what we're talking about at the dinner table tonight. What you should do if someone doesn't commit to the relationship. Now, my brother and sister, when it comes to being in a serious relationship, how long, my brother, how long, my sister, should you wait until a man or a woman commit wholeheartedly to it? At the dinner table, my brother and sister, we're going to have to dig into this tonight. We are going to talk about this particular topic. What should you do if someone doesn't want to commit to the relationship? We got to do something. Now, there are 4 words that I need to put before you, and I want you to keep these words in mind as I get to the main course of the meal. Okay. Now, the first word, and these words are not unfamiliar to you, but I just want to put a definition behind each word. The first word we're going to get to is the word called commit. Now, when we look in the dictionary, the word commit is defined as to promise or give your loyalty, time, money to a particular person or plan of action. Next, we're going to look at the word confront. Confront. Now, what does confront mean? It is defined as to face up, to deal with a problem or difficult situation. That's the next word that you need to listen out for as I get into this content. The third word after confront, we're going to look at the word fact. Now, what is a fact? We all have an idea what a fact is, but let's see what the dictionary say about the word fact. It is defined clearly as things that is known or proven to be true. These are facts or a fact. Things that are known or proving to be true. And the last word that I'm going to put before you at the dinner table is the word opinion. Opinion, my brothers and sisters, is clearly defined as view or judgment formed about something, not necessarily based on the truth. Mainly feelings. That's what we're going to say, feelings. Okay, so the words that you need to listen out for as we talk about this at the dinner table is the word commit, confront, fact, and opinion. Now, what should you do if someone doesn't commit to you, my brother and sister? My brother and sister, you have what is called discernment, okay? If you are a son or daughter of God, you have what is called a discernment. Discernment lets you know what is true or what's untrue, what's real or what's unreal. See, what discernment does, my brother and sister, it pulls back the curtains and you see exactly what's behind the curtain. If you was at a puppet show, and I know a lot of you brothers and sisters, you have probably seen a puppet show, right? Now, at a puppet show, you see this little puppet that may entertain her, but it have strings, right? And rarely do you see the puppeteer. Okay, rarely do you see the puppeteer. So why am I saying rarely do you see the puppeteer? A lot of time, my brother and sister, when it comes to discernment, you want to see who's pulling the strings, right? So when you find out who's pulling the string, that's the puppeteer. Okay, that's the puppeteer, and you want to find out who's pulling the string. So discernment is just like this. You want to pull back the curtain and see who's making this little toy move certain ways or move its mouth. Okay, so let me tell you, when it comes to discernment, what God would do, my brother, how you doing, Sister Ward? What God would do with discernment, if you, and this is primarily for my single brother and sister tonight, if you, brother and sister, when you are supposed to be in a relationship with someone now, this person say that he or she is serious with you, right? And this man or woman, they will not move to the commitment part of the relationship because, as you know, my brother and sister, there are 3 phases of a relationship. That's being serious. Then the vital part is being committed. That's the middle part. And then after committed, it should lead to the covenant part of the relationship. But there can be a man or a woman that claims to be serious. How you doing, Abundant 369? Welcome to the dinner table. There could be a person that claims to be in a relationship with you, that claims to be serious, but that man or woman will not move towards the critical part of the relationship, and that is being committed. So with this man and woman, you'll know it. You don't even have to go by your feeling based on how that person talks to you and based on how that person action is. And you all know the phrase, actions speak louder than words, right? So when you want to really deal with this person, you're going to get tired of it, okay? How you doing, Sister Monica King? Welcome to the dinner table. You're going to get tired of it because you see whereas this person is wasting your time. Your time, my brother and sister, is very important. Once 1 second go by, you cannot regain that second. Okay, you cannot regain that second. So it comes time when you have to stop playing. How you doing, Sister Kirkpatrick? You got to stop playing. Now, before you approach this individual, you need help. Now, who do you get help from? Brother and sister, before you approach this person, you need to pray to God first. Why do you need to pray to God first, or the Lord? Because he will establish your mind, and he will establish your words, how you going to communicate with this person. You see, when you pray to the Lord, my brother and sister, he's going to establish your thoughts before you have that hard conversation, because it's going to be a hard conversation, because more than likely your feelings have been invested in that individual. Your thoughts have been invested in that person. Your finance probably have been invested in that person. Your time have been invested in that person. But now, you probably, my brother, you probably, my sister, you did not even probably go to the Lord before you started this relationship. That's how you probably got yourself in this situation. And I can understand it, my brother and sister, because on some prior relationship that I have had, I did not go to the Lord and ask the Lord about a certain individual. I'm guilty of it. So don't feel bad. I understand I have walked down that road before, but now, my brother and sister, since I'm bringing it to some of your attention, you don't have to walk down that road. You, my brother, you, my sister, you see where this person is holding back, and there's something in you that's telling you something is wrong. Why this person won't commit? I'm ready to commit to this relationship. I want to take myself off the market. I want to invest 100% in the relationship. But why this person will not do it? From the beginning, this person will all talk what he or she would like to do. But for one reason or another, he or she is not planning on investing that much in the relationship. It appeared to be that way from the beginning, but now this person is trying to avoid the conversation. This person trying to start unnecessary argument. This person is doing some shady stuff, but God, you got to give me the discernment. And what happens? You see, you have to pray to the Lord, my brother, sister, to establish your thought before you had that hard conversation. What do I mean by that? As it is written in Proverbs chapter 3, 5, 6. Proverbs chapter 3, 5, 6. Proverbs 3, 5, 6. It said, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not to thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, because you need help. How you doing, Sister Aaliyah? How you doing? Welcome to the dinner table. Sister Aaliyah said, why do people of God fornicate and ignore what they're doing? I mean, fornicate. I understand what you're saying. Sister Aaliyah, the reason why a lot of people fornicate is because most men and most women that come into this world, and most men and women that come into the world, God created most men and women to be in a relationship. Okay, God mostly created man and women to be in a relationship. So therefore, a man and a woman, they have those sexual urges or desire. And it's nothing wrong with having sexual urges and desire. However, when a man and woman have sexual urges and desire, that is a small indicator that that man and woman should be married. Because as you know, my brother and sister, God wants a man and a woman only to have sex in the confinement of a marriage. And I'm guilty of the fornicating. And as a lot of you all know, I used to tell you all, I used to wild out there, okay? But you see, I was rebellious. I was living in rebellion against God when I was out there doing that stuff. It was wrong, but I did. Like a lot of you brothers and sisters, you did it, and some of you still doing it now. But I can't throw no shades at nobody, because I have done it, and some of you still doing it. But you could stop. But you see, fornicate, you see, man called fornication making love and all that kind of stuff. They just use these flowery words, but God called fornication. Fornication is having sexual physical expression with someone that you're not married to. That's what fornication is. Adultery is having physical intimate with someone that's not your married mate. That's husband or wife. That's what the Bible call. You see, the world call it an affair. That's what the world call it, having an affair. But God called it adultery. The world will say making love to someone that's not your husband or wife. That's what the world will say, that's making love, but God called it fornication. So I hope that I kind of gave it to you, Sister Leah. How it is? Sister Leah says she stopped a long time. Thank you, sister. That's good, sister. That's good. That's good. But you see, my brother and sister, when it's time to have that hard conversation with that man or woman that you know kind of flaking on you or kind of flaking like, what you need to do, you need the Lord to establish your thoughts, and he will do it. Like I said, and I'm going to repeat this again. If you look in Proverbs chapter 3, 5, 6, it said, trust in the Lord. Don't trust in yourself, my brother. Don't trust in yourself, my sister, how you're going to approach that person. Never trust in yourself. You need to, Lord, to establish your thoughts, and don't lean to your own understanding. Don't lean on the understanding of your relatives, your friends, your co-workers, social media. Go to the Lord, because the Lord has the master plan when it comes to a relationship. Simone W., he said he wants to marry me, but has not asked after 2 years of being committed. How long should I continue to wait? You at the right table tonight, Sister Simone W. He said he wants to marry me, but has not asked after 2 years being committed. Sister Simone, before I answer that question, I have one question for you. Did he give you an engagement ring? And if he gave you an engagement ring, Sister Simone, how long was it? How long was it, sister? If he's committed to you, have he given you an engagement ring yet? And how long has it been? Sister Aaliyah said, this is funny because it's real. Yes, ma'am, it's real. Come on, Sister Simone, let me know how long. You said you've been in a relationship 2 years, and it is supposed to be committed. Did he give you an engagement ring, and how long has it been? Because I really need to answer this question, because, sister, you're not the only one in this situation. I would like to answer the question. This is going to help some more sisters out. Okay? Now, when the Lord established, yeah, it is a good question, Aaliyah. When the Lord established your understanding, he's going to direct you how to, with the place where to talk to this person and how to talk to this person. Aaliyah said, I've been married twice. Okay, sister. Okay. So he's going to establish your thoughts. So when the Lord establishes thought, this is what he's going to do. He's going to guide you in the right time to talk to this person. He's going to guide you in the right place to talk to this person. Okay, Sister Simone W. said, he has not given me a ring. He has not given me a ring. Okay, Sister Simone, let me answer that question for you. You rest of you sisters, listen to me. As what I'm about to say, a lot of these brothers, they would know that I'm telling the truth. And the truth is, Sister Simone, men know, we know in a very short period of time whether or not we see a woman as a wife or not. We know right out the rip whether or not we see a woman as wife or not wife. We know it. I'm going to tell you, if any man say he doesn't know it, that man is a bald-faced liar. We know. A lot of times, sisters, what men would do, they would string you along. They would string you along as they can. If a woman is doing wife duties, if a woman is performing the role of a wife, some men would settle for that, even though they running their mouths and saying, I'm serious about you, you're the only one. They're not serious. And sister, this is where a lot of sisters, this is where you all hurt yourself. You put yourself in a wife position and you're doing wifely things, but this guy, he has no intention of marrying. It does not take 2 years to nail down a relationship. Sister Leah said, that's true because they move quick. Then Abundant 369 said, that's what that sound like to me based on most he said. Sister Leah said, I knew less than 6 months before I married, I refused to sleep with him. Stop giving up the honey. Wise to do that. Amen, Sister Teresa. Let me tell you this, sister. And this go for all you sisters out there, you single sisters. We know in a short period of time. I'm going to break this down to you right quick. Listen up. Listen, this free. It's free. We're at the dinner table. It's free. Let me tell you. Wife, no wife. Those are 2 categories. Wife, no wife. Okay, we're going to deal with the no wife category first, right? The no wife category. There are 2 subtopics up under no wife. That's temporary and temporary long term. Temporary is when a man seeing a woman and there's no title to the relationship. He had no intent of doing nothing. If you want me to tell you the truth, sister, he had no intent of doing nothing but using you. And most men that are going to use you, they want to use you. They want to put you horizontal on the bed. That's out of, let me listen to it. How you doing, my little sister Renee? Welcome to the dinner table. Let me tell you, listen to me, sister. Listen, listen, listen. Don't hear me tonight. Listen to me. Out of 10 men, listen carefully. Out of 10 men, and I'm being very generous, out of 10 men, 7 or 8 of them men have no intentions of having no long-term relationship with you. Did you hear what I'm saying? I'm being generous. 7 or 8 men out of 10 has no intention of being serious with you, which leaves 2. Sister Lamont said, he tell me we have to keep growing. He want us to establish ourselves before we get married. I am 31 and don't have children. I feel like I'm losing my desire to be a wife and mother. Simone, I'm going to be true. I'm going to be truthful with you, sister. I don't even know this man. All I could do is see what you're saying, but based on what you're saying, sister, this man have been stringing you along for 2 years. This man, he been stringing you along. And sister, let me tell you something. Just answer this question. We family here. Are you soul tied to this man? What does soul tied mean? You are emotionally trapped with that man. You see, men are mostly analytical, women are mostly emotional. And listen up, not only Simone, but the rest of you sisters. What mess you up greatly is when you have physical intimacy with a man. You see, most men could be physical with a woman and his mind and his emotion are not there. It's just something purely physical for men. Most men. Sister, you can't play the part of a man. Some women try to play the part of a man, but it's not like that. That's why, sister, you see, when you allow a man to enter into your body, there are some things that go on. Men won't claim or women won't claim it. You see, that's why God don't want us having physical intimacy with someone, because it's more than physical. You see, when you become one with a person, when Paul even talked about this, Paul said, you become one. Paul addressed this, I think it's in Corinthians, you become one. You see, physical intimacy It has something to do with the spirit. It has something to do with the soul, and it has something to do with the body. So, sister, if you have been sleeping with this guy, all you doing is getting entangled more with this guy. Right now, what you saying, sister, you know what's going on, sister? You realize that this man is something wrong. You see, it's something in you right now that's telling you that it's something wrong with this picture. For you to ask that question, and it's a good question, because there's some other sisters on here that listening right now that know what you talking about. They have walked down that road before, or they currently doing it. So you speaking out for some of them right now. So, sister, let me tell you this. 2 years, you're soul tied to this guy. You're not soulmates. You're soul tied. I haven't been around you, Simone, but most people that been in a relationship 2 years, oh, it's been some physical action going on. And more than likely, hopefully, sister, if you've been doing wifely duty, Simone said, no, I'm not. I let him go before, and he came back and want to be serious. He's not my first rodeo, but I feel like he's one of the best options and want to give him the time to do right. No, Simone. Simone, you have options. Simone, you have options. Let me tell you something, Simone, and the rest of you sister. If you are a daughter of God, you are royal. You have royal blood in you. If Jesus have cleansed you from all your sins, you got to understand who you are. If you are a Christian, you are royal. That's God that you describe and to tell you the truth. And it's for all you sisters. These type of guys are sons of Satan. You see, because God want a man and a woman to be serious. God want a man and a woman to commit to the relationship. And God want a man and woman to get in a covenant relationship. What do I mean by covenant? God would like for a man and woman to be married. Sister Leah said, I'm going to stay single till I find a Holy Ghost man fit. That's right, sister. Let me tell you something. Sisters, back to no wife, a man, when he put you into the two subcategory, temporary mean he just seeing you every now and then. He won't even put no title on it. He will lie to you. He will say all kinds of things to get you on your back or to extract resources from you. You understand? You all heard the phrase before, why buy the cow when you could get the milk free? And that's all he's doing. And you sister and you brother, and a lot of you brothers, you put yourself in a compromising thing. You're playing the role of a husband. You are paying this woman's bills. You paying her house note, her rent, her car note. You doing all these things what a husband can do. You call yourself protecting her and all that kind of stuff what a husband would do. But brother, you playing yourself. You are dealing with a daughter of the Satan. If you don't know now, you know in the night. And let me tell you how deep this rabbit hole go. You got to understand, my brother and sister, this world is a spiritual world and it's a physical world. The spiritual world overlaps into the physical world. What you don't see are angels. What you don't see are demons or devils. What you don't see is God. What you don't see is Satan. The spiritual world is real. So that's right, Sister Barnett. Some of you guys, you're dealing with Jezebels. And some of you brothers, you are dealing with Ahab, Jezebel husband kind of character. So some of you brothers, you're dealing with Jezebels, and some of you sisters are dealing with Ahabs, sons and daughters of Satan. And you see what happens, brother and sister. Satan, one of his devils, or Satan himself, they enter into these people. You got to understand this. They enter into these people. And a lot of times these people don't know that they're being controlled by an evil spirit. Or spirit, it could be plural. So they operate in Satan or one of his devils or the puppet or the puppeteer. So they using these men and women to get you entangled. And when they get you entangled, you are in bondage. You got shackles on your soul when your soul should be free in Christ. Then up under no wife, after the temporary, you have temporary long term. What is temporary long term? Temporary long term is when a man or woman say, I'm serious, and they play like they're committed, but they have no intentions of the covenant part. They will move into your home. You will move into their home. You could be together 20, 30, 40 years, and they are not going to marry you. They like things just as they are. And then they will get into all this new age crap and stuff saying, we don't have to get married. We just fine. We just like husband and wife. And you all have heard this before. A marriage license or certificate ain't nothing but a piece of paper. And they using that crap. You see, if you live in the United States, there are many states that require for you to have that marriage license certificate, okay? And then there are a few states in this union that say if you live with a person for X amount of time, you will consider what is called common law. You see, I'm in the state of Georgia, and in the state of Georgia do not recognize common law marriage. But there are a few states that do. You got to know what state you're coming from. But is it, you see, and we supposed to go by the law of the land, but you know what trumped the law of the land? God's word. You see, are you married from God's point of view? You see, if you're not in a covenant relationship, if God did not put you together, listen to what I'm saying. If God did not put you together, combined with the laws of the land, you are not married. But God word trump everything. Sister Bond said, let me tell you, I dealt with the son of Satan. I never met any more evil person in all my life. Laugh at. Amen. But let me tell you, sisters and brothers, some of you are currently dealing with a son or daughter of Satan. Your brother Tony, he had walked down that road before. I can look back. The woman could have looked good. She could have been quote unquote fine. But when I look back, Sister Teresa said the state of Wisconsin do not honor common law. Amen. Sister Leah said, is common law marriage real marriage? Okay, let me answer that question, Leah. Common law, it depends on what state in the Union or United States you're in. You see, common law, you have to be with a person, living with a person for X amount of time. Whatever state you are, you could go on the internet and see what does your state recognize common law. You see, you have to be with someone for X amount of time. In those particular states, you do not need a quote unquote marriage license. But in most states, you are required to get a marriage license. Case in point, if you're in the state of Georgia like I am, and say for instance, you see that lady up there on that picture, That lady right there on that picture. We are married. Now, say for example, if we were not married, okay, that means I don't wear this and she don't have it, okay? But this represents that we're married, okay? So this legit. So we're married. So if anything happens to me, like if I die, anything that I have is hers already because we're married. But if my family wants to come after anything that I have, they can't because I'm married to her. You understand? I'm married to her. Now, say for example, we were not married. We were not married. Let's say we were not married and we're in the state of Georgia and we get a house together and I die. Don't you know, no matter how long we've been together, my family could say that my family, my mama and sister, my mama could say that's my daughter. My sister could say that that's my sister. But if I die, what if my mama have a change of heart and say, I like that house? That's Tony's house. And you know what the courts would do? More than likely, my mama would be able to get that house from her, or they would have to compromise. It just don't go to her because her name is on the contract. You understand? Even if her name was on the contract and my name was on the contract, I'm the principal person and she not the principal person. If I die, my mother or my sister or my children, they could contest and they could try to come and get that house. You understand? Now, if you in a common law situation, they recognize common law like you're married in X amount of time. So common law state they recognize that you're married just like states that require you to be married. Okay? I hope I explained that to you. I hope that I explained it to you, but that's how it goes. So you better be careful, my brother and sister, when it comes to who you getting married to, okay? But back to what I was talking about, no marriage. Okay. The sister, she said that he did not give her no ring. Sister Simone said she been with this man for 2 years and he haven't gave her no ring. And they go for any of you other sisters out there. 2 years. He letting you know you're not the one. I'm not trying to put no sugar in your tea, even though I love tea. I'm not going to put no sugar in your tea tonight. I'm going to put salt on the steak. What does salt do? Salt, it preserves. Salt, it gives flavor, and salt irritates. So the part of the salt that I'm probably coming to some of you sisters are this guy and any of you other sisters, or even you brother, if you've been in a relationship 2 years with someone, you wasting one another time. And that's right, salt heals too. That's right. You wasting one another time. So that's knowing wife. He only see you temporary every now and then. You know, like he call you or text you like at 12 o'clock at night and say, what you doing? Can you come over here? Or can I come over there like he want to look at TV? Or no. Or he just see you on his schedule. Or the other part, temporary long term, he living with you or you living with him. You could even have children together. You can have children together, but you still, he still won't say, I do. Now, let's go to the marriage part. All men, when they dealing with a woman, we know how far we want to go with you all. Listen to me 2 more times. We know up here how far we want to go with you. We know how far up here we want to go with you. We see early in the relationship whether we see you as our wife or not. It's nothing in between. We're not confused. We know. We look, we listen, we observe, and we put in our minds, can I see her being my wife? And it's a short period of time. When a man knows that this woman could be viewed as a wife, he go ahead and let her know straight up. He let her know that, look, I want to be serious about this relationship. I'm coming off the market. You coming off the market. We commit to one another. He verbally letting you know we're both off the market, and we going to set a date to get married because I want to do it God's way. Aaliyah said, I need a man that can control his tallywhacker. He can't control himself. I will get a divorce. Amen. Let me tell you something about that, Sister Leah. In order for a man to control that, let me be truthful. It's hard. It's hard, Sister Leah. It's hard. It's hard. Because let me tell you why it's hard. But it can be done. Because in our society, it's pushed on men to go get it. It's a trophy-like thing to be able to do it. And we have in our body what is called testosterone. That has something to do with our voice being low, facial hairs, and all that kind of stuff. Okay? Testosterone. In our bodies, our down in the lower extremities is constantly being fed up with semen. Okay? It's constantly being fed up with semen. So if it's constantly being fed, our body constantly being filled up with semen, what happens? When our body is constantly being filled with semen, what comes to our mind is one of three things: a woman, masturbation, or wet dream. Most men would try to go for the woman. When a man knows that he had that urge to be with a woman in a physical way, God letting that man know that you're supposed to be married. That's a small indicator of a man supposed to be married because he desires to be physically intimate with a woman. If a woman likes to want to be physically intimate with a man, she has an indicator that let her know she was created to be a wife. Because God do not want us to be fornicators. That's why he wants to get married. Even Paul made a statement when he was writing to the church in Corinth. Paul said this, and I'm paraphrasing it. He said, it's better to marry than to burn. And he's not talking about going to hell. He talking about burning with passion, physical passion. There are some people, I'm going to tell you another thing what tell you when you shouldn't be getting married. If you don't have no desire to be physically intimate with someone, that letting you know that you truly single. You truly living a single life. But if you have a desire, that letting you know, yeah, thank you, Sister Teresa. It's 1 Corinthians 7. Thank you so much. Abundant 369 say, it's an energy drain demon in here. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. Focus on your topic. And let me tell you, sisters and brothers, when a man knows that he's supposed to get married in a short period of time, he conveys to the woman, he's serious in his mind, he commits to that woman with his all. Because you know what happened? And we talk about a Christian man. We ain't talking about no worldly man. Let me stress, we're talking about a Christian man. The Spirit of the Lord is in that man. The Spirit of the Lord conveys to that man that she's the one. God, through life circumstance, put that woman in a position where that man sees her. Just like when Boaz seen Ruth. Boaz was not thinking about Ruth. He didn't know nothing about Ruth. Ruth was not thinking about Boaz. She didn't see Boaz. But God used Ruth's life circumstance, and he used Boaz's life circumstance to bring them together. And that's what God does when he brings a man and a woman together. But you see, God does not bring a man and a woman together for their sake. God brings a man and a woman together for his sake and his will. Because God has a plan for a man and a woman, especially a Christian man and a Christian woman. The Christian woman, she is what the Bible calls a Proverbs 31 woman. Now, a Proverbs 31 woman, let me be clear. She's not perfect, brothers. She's not without a sinful past, brothers. She will mess up sometimes, brothers. And sister, let me tell you this. All men, just like Boaz, had a past. Boaz was not perfect. This man that God called to find you, he won't be perfect. You're going to go through some storms. You're going to go through some ups and downs, and you're going to go through some seasons in a relationship. However, God is going to bring the right man and the right woman together. God does not bring a perfect man, and he does not bring a perfect woman together. He brings the right man and woman together. Sister Leah said, no one gets married these days. Some don't, but the ones that follow God, they will do it God's way because they want to please God. You understand? We know, bottom line, we know whether or not you the one. I'm letting you all know this night, men know whether or not he's going to marry you. Now, some of you sisters have heard this before. Some of you may have experienced it before. You been with a man for 20 years. It might not even be 20. Let's say 2. Let's say 2. Let's jump all the way to 10, 20, 30, 40 years. You with this man. He will not marry you. He said he's seriously committed. He might even be living with you. You living with him. You break up and he go marry someone in 2 weeks' time or less than that. Then you want to kick yourself in your own butt and you want to talk about this man and say, he's a dirty dog. You want to talk about him to your family. You want to talk about him to your friends. You want to go talk to him about your co-workers. You want to go on social media and talk about how this man put fleas on you. Yeah, you're going to say, he been putting fleas on me. Oh, now he been putting fleas on you. Because he got married to another woman. Now he got a whole bunch of fleas. He would have been dogging you out for all those other years. But you put up with those fleas. But now you recognize that you got fleas and the dog is gone. And there are some women that act like that. There are some women that have fleas too, brothers. They would do you like that. They would use you to your ATM machine run out. They're not even putting no deposit in, but they're making all the withdrawals. And when they get that last penny, they gone. And they marry another guy. And you want to kick yourself in your own rear end, but you can't do it because your legs too short. Sister Leah said, I see so many sisters never got married here in New York City. It's crazy. I know. Sister Leah, it's a lot of ladies like that in Georgia. Now, the world would say there's more women than men. That might be true. However, listen to this carefully. If a woman is delighting in the Lord and a man is delighting in the Lord, don't you know, my brother and sister, I'm going to get to this part shortly. God will give that man and woman the desires of their heart. But the world system is controlled by Lil G, Lil O, Lil D, Satan. So Satan is influencing men and women in this world to do it his way. And let me go back. Some of you sisters, some of you brothers, you are settling. That's the bottom line. You are settling. You've been wasting years. You've been wasting tears, out money, everything on this one particular flea bag. Now, moving from number one, you pray to God to establish your heart. Now it's time for the confrontation. What do I mean by confrontation? I mean, you have to get with this person. The Lord going to show you how to set up this meeting. He's going to help you set it up because he's going to plant it in your mind. When you meet with this person, my brother and sister, meet with this person, no distractions. No distraction whatsoever. How you doing, Casper, on that? No distraction whatsoever. Welcome to the dinner table. No distraction whatsoever. You plan to meet. Don't tell that man and don't tell that woman why you want to meet. Just say, let's meet to do this. I'll just give you an example. Let's meet to do this. Don't use this word, we need to talk. You see, if listen carefully, it's all how you present it, my brother and sister. Don't say we need to talk, because when you need to talk, that person antenna's going to go up. You don't have to say that. You say, let's get together and do this. Go somewhere where there's no distraction, no little children, no TV, no nothing. Go to a picnic. Don't go to the movies to talk. Don't go to no dinner to talk. You want it to be no distractions. When that man or woman come in, you can have if you have dinner at your house, whatever, because they will put their defenses up. I'm telling you how to prepare to have this confrontation with the person so they won't be defensive. You want them, and you're not deceiving them. Just a little psychology for you all. You're not deceiving them. What you're doing is you're getting them comfortable. If they come to your house and you have dinner, you can have a nice candlelight dinner. Go ahead and eat. Talk after you eat. Remember that. Talk after you eat. Have that conversation after you eat. Go ahead and have a pleasant conversation while you're having that little steak, or if you can't have no steak, that little hot dog or whatever. Go ahead and have a nice dinner. After you have that nice dinner, you move from the dinner table and you go to a comfortable room, not no bedroom, because you're not there to talk. You're not there for them to go to your bedroom. And after you do this, that's when you say, don't say, I feel. Don't say, I feel this. It ain't about feelings. It's about facts. What did I say? I said facts are define a thing that is known or proven to be true. You don't talk to that person about no opinion. What is an opinion defined as? An opinion is defined as view or judgment formed about something, not necessarily based on facts or knowledge, mainly your feelings. When you talk, you tell this person, this is where we come to communication. What is communication like? You see, there's verbal communication and there's non-verbal communication. Verbal communication is what come out of your mouth. Non-verbal communication is body language. You see, when you are talking to that man or woman, my brother and sister, what you need to do, You need to have eye contact with that person. You can't be looking away and all that kind of stuff. You're going to have an eyeball-to-eyeball conversation with that person. While you're looking at it, remember the eyes are the windows to the what? The soul. What is the soul? The soul is the mind, the will, and the emotion. You can't see the soul, but look into that person's eyes when you're talking. Talk, lower your voice. Maintain calmness in your voice when you're talking to him or her. The key thing is you do not want to put that person on defense. So you have to, the Lord will help you to use the right words when you talk. Because when you sit down after dinner, you say a little silent prayer to the Lord and say, Lord, I need you to help me to be able to convey what's going on. Facts. So when you pray to the Lord, that silent prayer, he's going to establish your thoughts just like that. And he's going to be with you. If you're a son or daughter of God, he's going to be with you. You know why? Because he's on the inside of you. So the Lord's Spirit going to communicate to your soul. Your soul going to communicate to your body. So whatever you're thinking, it's going to be shown with your body. That's what I said. Communication is verbal and non-verbal. So when you're talking and you're looking at a person's eyes, you see, when it comes to communication, you are going to be the sender. And that your mate, quote unquote, going to be the receiver. You set the ground rules up while you're talking. You start out like, look, it's something that I need to say. And I want you to listen to me completely. And if it's something that you need me to repeat, I will repeat it. So you got to get that clear. Say, listen, it's something that I need to say. Don't go in there saying that this is something that I feel. Said, this is what's been going on in this relationship. Said, this is what's been going on. Don't say opinions. You listen fast. Say, A been going on. B been going on. C been going on. D been going on. You set the groundwork. But before you lay the groundwork, get that person to say, do you understand what I'm saying? You know, will you keep your comments until I finish? Get it out. Will you let them say, will you hold on? If you got someone that you know like to talk and stuff, I suggest it to you. If you have somebody that like to cut in and stuff, what you need to do is say, look, I hold this pad in this pen. Hold this pad in this pen. If it's anything that you want to say, write it on this pad and we'll talk about it. I don't want you to lose your train of thought. That's how you do it. If you know you got someone that like to butt in and cut off the conversation, say, here go this pad and pencil. If it's anything you want to say, just write it here and we'll talk about it. Okay? That's all you have to do. Then you get into the talk and you be naming these facts. You say, look, this relationship that we're in, it's not working for me. At this particular time, my brother said, you got to be willing to lose that person. You done lost them anyway because he or she haven't committed to the relationship. You see, if that man and woman had committed to the relationship, you would be moving towards saying, I do. You understand? You would be saying, I do. So you say, based on these facts, it appears that this relationship, currently as it is not working for me. Don't say working for us, say it's not working for me. After you lay down all the facts, and then what you do, you say, okay, I have finished What do you have to say about what I just said to you? And listen to him or her. They gave you respect, you get in respect. If you a person that like to butt in and stuff like that, you need to pay it too. Because you see, communication, you have a sender and a receiver. At this particular time, after the confrontation, you have to move to the third point. If this man or if this woman is not ready to advance the relationship, you have to make a sound decision based on your discernment to terminate the relationship. You don't have no time to play. You got to terminate the relationship. There's no compromising now. You've been compromising for a long time. The compromising, there's no more compromising. You either going to do it or don't. You know what? Even Jesus don't like when the lukewarm. You see, a lot of you brothers and sisters, you are what are called a lukewarm relationship. When you look in Revelation, there was this one church. You know what Jesus said to one church? I got a bone to pick with you. Jesus said that you're neither hot or cold. You're lukewarm. I'm going to spit you out of my mouth. That's what Jesus said. Jesus don't like you being lukewarm. Jesus said you're either going to be hot or cold. And that's what you have to do, my brother and sister. He or she got to be hot or cold. It's time to get off the fence. And you got to prepare for that man or woman. They more than likely they're going to try to still compromise with you. There's no compromising. And don't give no ultimatums. Don't say, if you don't do this, you don't even give no ultimatum. Don't give no threats. Just say, it's best for me that we terminate this relationship. Because it doesn't appear to go to what. Thank you, Teresa. Is Revelation 3:15 through 16. Again, at Revelation 3:15 through 16, when Jesus was talking about, I got an issue with you. You're neither hot or cold. You're lukewarm. So, brothers, you got to get out that lukewarm stuff. You got to get out of it. He or she need to be hot or cold. Next, if he or she doesn't make a sound decision, after they don't give you no commitment to advance this relationship, then you go to number 4. Wish that person a blessed life. And you're not being sarcastic. You're not doing none of that. How you doing, Sister Agil? You're not doing none of that. You tell that person, you wish that person a blessed life. Because you're not enemies. You're not even friends. You have went through all that stuff. You were playing house. How you doing, Cousin Connie? You were playing house all those years. Sister, you've been giving up the goodies, and you know what I'm talking about. And brother, you've been giving up your pocket, and you know what I'm talking about. Now it's time to do something. It's time to grow up. You, brother, you can't blame that woman for hitting your pocket. You did it yourself. She didn't hold no gun up to you. She didn't hold no knife until you. You willfully done it. Some of you sisters, he didn't take nothing from it. You laid on your back and you opened him up and you gave it to him. He didn't take it. You gave it. So, brother, you can't blame the woman for putting fleas on you. And sister, you can't blame him for putting fleas on you. Both of you were dogging each other out. You can't do it. As it is written in Romans 12:14, as it is written in Romans 12:14, it said, bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not. You see what I'm saying? It said, bless and curse not. Give them a blessing. Don't curse them. Don't say, don't be thinking in your mind, I hope somebody put some fleas on him or her like they put some fleas on me. No, you bless them a good life. And when you bless them a good life, you shake hands or hug. It ain't no let's kiss and say goodbye. The Manhattan had that song out many years ago, just let's kiss and say goodbye. Y'all remember that song? How it go? Just let's kiss and say goodbye. How that song go? There are just so many things to say. Please don't stop me till I'm through. You all know the song. We've been meeting here for so long. Just let's kiss and say goodbye. How about that? All right. So after that, after you have dismissed this man or woman for not advancing the relationship, number 5, you go to strict no contact. After he or she walk out that door, you go to no contact. Go ahead and delete that number. Delete everything so you won't be tempted to call him or her or text him. If you're friends on Facebook, unfriend them and block them. You're not being cruel. Like Bobby Brown said, don't be cruel. You're not Bobby Brown or you're not Miss Brown. Or your last name ain't Brown. So you ain't being cruel. Because what Bobby said, I would never be cruel to you. You're not being cruel. But anyway, you go to no contact. You block his or her number so they won't do it. Every access they have to you, you block it. Social media, you block it. Phone numbers, you block them. Everything, block, 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 block. It's just like you're an offensive lineman for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and you're blocking for Tom Brady. How you like that, cousin Connie? You're blocking for Tom Brady. So you block, 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 block. Number 6, after you do this no contact, take some time for yourself. You got to take some time for yourself, my brother and sister, because you've been getting fleas on you for a long time. Sister Leah said, do you think God listens when asking him to send a divine mate? Yes. Yes, he does, Aaliyah. You see, the thing about God, and I'm about to get to that shortly. I'm about to get to Aaliyah. I'm about to tell you about that. Take some time for yourself. You got to, my brother and sister, you got to, what do you call it, like when you got some type of thing that you're trying to break? What do you call it, like when you got to rehab yourself? Yeah, cousin Connie. You have to go to rehab. You got to, you see, you got to get that person out of your system. So you got to focus on your God and yourself. You see, why you call it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard because you and the person, y'all been playing house, you've been playing girlfriend and boyfriend, y'all been doing all that stuff. You've been playing with a relationship. Sister, he been with you all those years, and he gave you a shut up ring. And now you see that the shut up ring is not working. What is a shut up ring? He gave you a ring and he promised you that he was gonna marry you, and he always came up with an excuse. He came up with an argument not to marry you, and now he's gone to somewhere. That's right, Sister Teresa. You got to detox yourself. You got to detox yourself from that person, but you can't do it. You see, you got to admit. You got to admit to God, look, my brother and sister, listen to this. You tell God, Lord, I've been a fool. You ain't got to tell us. You tell God. You said, Lord, I've been a fool. And you tell God why you've been a fool. You said, God, I've been a fool. And not only have I been a fool, I've been doing things my way. That's why this happened to me. I cannot blame that man. I cannot blame that woman. I did it to myself, Lord. Cousin Connor said, we have to love ourselves enough to stop accepting everything and anything. Amen. So you said, Lord, I've been a fool. Said, Lord, but I still, this man or this woman, you got to talk to God. Said, this man or this woman, they got shackles on my feet. You all remember that song a long time ago, Shackles on My Feet? It came out in like 1979. I used to jam to that. But anyway, said, this man or woman, they got shackles on me. And it's hard for me to break. You know where those shackles come from? That man or woman was a son or daughter of Satan. And Satan was working on them. He couldn't get in you because you had the spirit of God in you. So the evil spirit can't get in you if you have the spirit of God, but they can annoy you and do things to you from the outside. So now you have to detox. Thank you, Sister Teresa. You have to detox. And the only way you could detox, listen, you got to go no contact. You can't let that person have access to you, because you see, if you let that person have access to you, you going to eventually break. You're going to see him or her because they're going to be coming after you. You know why they be going to come after you? Because you did something they ain't never seen before. You took a stand. So what happened? You just blew their mind up in here. You blew their minds. They never seen you like this before. You're not the same person. They never seen this move before. So you detoxing and you got to ask God. You said, Lord, I can't do it by myself. You see, ain't no need of you going talking to your mama, your dad, your sister, your brother, your girlfriends, your guy friend, your fishing buddies, going to work, talking to your co-workers that don't even care nothing about you anyway. And I have told you, brother and sister, this, when you keep talking about that man and woman, and from your family and friend, they're going to get tired of listening to you, because they're going to be saying, oh, here she come. Here he come. They see your number on the telephone. Ain't no talk. Ain't no answer that phone. They don't want to do nothing but talk about him or her. Here they come. Watch this. Watch. You don't say, what? No, he didn't do that. Then when you turn your back, they start talking about you again. That's what your family do for you, and that's what some of your friends do for you. That it wasn't even your coworker. Then you have the audacity to go on social media and let everybody know about your business. And they don't care nothing about you. You just free entertainment for them. They get their popcorn, throw it in the microwave and a soda, and you the free show. You the free show. They ain't even got to go. They ain't even got to look at Nick Flick and chill. They ain't got to go to none of the streaming channel. They ain't got nothing called you free entertainment. And you see what make you more free entertainment? When you break your no contact rule and you let that man and woman back, and then y'all on social media together, you know, all that kind of stuff. You went on a trip, right? And some of you, let me tell you this, some of you, and this what entertain me, because some people entertain me. They talk so bad about their mates, and they single now, and they glad and stuff like that, and they be throwing shades at that man and woman. That thing, you know, they love it up again. And then a person will ask them about what happened. Are you all up in my business? You all up in my business. You just hating. That's how some of them do it. Detox yourself, take time, ask the Lord to break those shackles off of you, and he will. Now, the final part, pray to God for his will in your life. Now, you say, God, I want to do it your way. I did it my way. I did it my way for many times. I did it my way for many years. And now I want to do it your way. The Lord listen. He will listen to you, because you know why he's going to listen to you? Because you talk to him. The Lord, you see, a lot of people, you just think God is up in heaven, right? God in different places at the same time. God, if God's spirit is in you, God is in you too. He's up in heaven. He's everywhere. If you want to know how I don't know. I can't answer that question. I ain't God. But I can give you a little snippet. You see this. You see me live now, don't you? You see me live, right? I'm in your house right now. I'm on the phone. Or you looking at me on your phone, or you looking at me on the computer, right? But I'm here sitting down right here. But I'm still there with you because you see me, right? And you can hear me, right? They're giving you a little glimpse of God. I'm not God, but I'm showing you a little something. God could be at different places at different times. I'm here, and I'm wherever you're looking at me, I'm there with you. But you see, God is more in you than I am. You follow what I'm saying? So pray to God for his will in y'all. Then express to him about your desires. But you have to go to God first for his will to utilize that gift that he gave you, because God gives us all gifts, my brother and sister. As it is written in Psalm 37:4-5. Psalm 37:4-5. Psalm 37:4-5 said, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will act. Listen again. In Psalm 37:4-5 said, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your ways to the Lord, trust in him, and he will act. Boom, there it is. He will. But you see, when the God will act, when it comes to a man, sister, when it comes to a woman, brother, when you do it God's way, God going to orchestrate the right person to come into your life. And I always say, he or she is not going to be a perfect person. You got to understand that. There are no perfect people. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. There are no perfect people. You see her up there, she ain't perfect. You see him let me see. You see him right there, he's not perfect. And you see her right there, she's not perfect. But it's the thing about being right for one another. So you strive, you ask the Lord, send the right person to my life. And don't go to God giving him a list of what you want the person to be. You only say, Lord, I want the right person to come to my life that is a follower of your son, Jesus Christ. That's the only thing you say. A right person that's following your son, Jesus Christ. So brothers, don't go up in front of God and say, I want somebody that look like Halle Berry and shake like Janet Jackson. Sister, you don't go to God and say, I want somebody like Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. He ain't got to look all that, but he can get my nails done. He can get my fingernails done, get my hair done. You just tell God to hand pick that person for you. Remember, what should you do if someone doesn't commit to the relationship? You get a pair of scissors and cut them out your life. You won't be cruel. It's up to you how long you want that person to keep stringing you along. Don't you know, my brother and sister, you have a projected life expectancy of 70. Do you know what 70 mean? It means you got a projected 70 years to live. I said projected. That's not no guarantee. Don't go by what the United States statistics say of the word. The Bible let you know 70. A score means 20. So 70, that's 20, 20, 20, which is 60, and 10. We got an average life expectancy of 70 years. According to God's word. You may make it, you may not, but that's the average life expectancy. Some of you brothers and sisters, you advancing in age. A lot of you that hear me, you up in age. You probably from 25 on up. And time still ticking. And you still got somebody wasting your time. You ain't got time. You can't get back 1 second. You can't get back 1 second of your life. Remember, God got a ram in the bush for you. Stop trying to make that math equation better than it is. 0 times 0 is 0. You need a relationship that said 1 times 1 times 1 equals what? 1. It's God You, that man or that woman. That's the type of math you need. One time, one. You, that man or woman, or God. Because God has a ram in the bush for you. Ask Abraham. He has a ram in the bush. I hope you, brother and sister, enjoyed this dinner tonight. If you are on the book, like, make comments, and share with other family members or friends, because, hey, you're going to take a free plate out. So go ahead and feed them. Don't be selfish. Those of you that are on the tube, if you're not subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button. So when it's dinner time, you'll know that I'm here. And like and share also. And for you all, go ahead and take some of this food with you. You know, I don't want it to be spoiled. Now go ahead and take it. Now I'm going to clean up the dinner table and the table. So you all go ahead and enjoy yourself. I love you, brothers. I love you, sisters. And I hope that you enjoyed the dinner tonight. And Lord willing, I have another good dinner for you tomorrow. Remember, your brother Tony, he loves being with you, brothers and sisters, okay? You didn't have to be here with me at dinner, but I thank God for you all being here, okay? I love you, brother. I love you, sister. Peace out.